Do you ever feel like you're still holding on to things that no longer serve you? As we get older, we begin to see life differently. What once seemed necessary, whether it was approval from others, staying up to date on the latest trends, or filling every moment with activity, starts to lose its importance. After 60, you gain a new level of clarity, realizing that some things just don't deserve your energy anymore. In this video, we're diving into 6 things that become unnecessary after you turn 60. Some of them might surprise you, while others might be things you've already started letting go of. Either way, recognizing what no longer adds value to your life can free up time, energy, and peace of mind, allowing you to focus on what truly matters. Because after all, the best years of your life shouldn't be weighed down by things that no longer bring you joy. Stay with us until the end, because you may find that letting go of these 6 things could change your life in ways you never expected. And once you do, you'll wonder why you didn't do it sooner. Now let's get started. Number 1, keeping up with trends. There was a time when staying on top of the latest trends felt important. Whether it was fashion, technology, or even lifestyle choices, there was always an unspoken pressure to keep up. But once you turn 60, you start to realize that most trends are designed to come and go, and chasing them is more exhausting than rewarding. What's popular today will be forgotten tomorrow in trying to stay ahead of it all. It's simply not worth the effort. Take fashion, for example. When you were younger, you might have felt the need to dress a certain way to fit in, but now you know what looks good on you, what feels comfortable, and what suits your personality. You're not dressing to impress anyone else. You're dressing for yourself. That means no more worrying about whether your clothes are in season or whether your shoes match the latest trend. Your style is timeless because it's uniquely yours. The same goes for technology. Every year, new gadgets hit the market, promising to be faster, smarter, and better than the last. But do you really need the latest phone, the newest smartwatch, or a dozen apps you'll never use? After 60, technology should serve you, not the other way around. Learning every new update, downloading every trending app, or replacing your perfectly good devices. Just because something newer exists, that's unnecessary stress you don't need. And then there are lifestyle trends. The diets, the workouts, the social media fads. One year, they tell you to eat only low-fat foods. The next, it's all about protein. One moment, walking is the best exercise. The next, it's high-intensity workouts. But here's the truth. You've lived long enough to know what works for you. You don't need someone else's idea of the best way to live your life. You know your body, your habits, and what makes you feel good. That's all that matters. Letting go of the need to keep up with trends is one of the most freeing things you can do after 60. It allows you to focus on what truly matters, what makes you feel comfortable, what brings you joy, and what actually improves your quality of life. No more chasing what's new. No more feeling left behind. Because the truth is, the best things in life don't go out of style. Number 2, seeking everyone's approval. For much of life, there's an unspoken pressure to meet expectations, whether it's from family, friends, coworkers, or even society as a whole. You try to be agreeable, to say the right things to avoid disappointing others. But after 60, something shifts. You realize that no matter how much effort you put into pleasing others, there will always be someone who disagrees, someone who criticizes, or someone who thinks you should be doing things differently. And that's when you start to ask yourself, why am I still trying so hard to gain approval I don't even need? Think about how many decisions you've made in life based on what others thought was best. Maybe you took a certain job because it was seen as respectable. Maybe you said yes to invitations you didn't want to attend because you didn't want to seem rude. Maybe you held back on doing things that truly made you happy because you feared being judged. But now, you finally realize that none of that really matters. The truth is, people are too busy thinking about themselves to scrutinize your every move. And even if they do, their opinions don't define you. After 60, your focus shifts to what makes you happy, what gives you peace, and what feels right to you. You no longer waste time trying to be the version of yourself that others expect. You embrace who you truly are. And here's the beautiful part. The moment you stop seeking approval, you gain something even better, self-respect. You start doing things because they feel right, not because they'll earn someone's praise. You surround yourself with people who accept you, as you are, not those who only approve when you fit their standards. You let go of the need for validation, and instead, you find confidence in simply being yourself. So if you've spent decades worrying about what people think, it might be time to finally let that go. You don't need permission to live your life on your own terms. The people who truly matter will support you. And the rest? Their opinions were never worth your energy in the first place. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Number 3, overloading your schedule. For much of life, being busy is seen as a good thing. A packed schedule, endless commitments, and constantly being on the move can make you feel productive, useful, and even important. But once you turn 60, you start to realize something. Busyness doesn't always mean happiness. In fact, constantly filling your days with obligations can leave you feeling drained rather than fulfilled. For years, you may have juggled responsibilities, balancing work, family, social events, and countless other obligations. But after 60, you gain a new perspective on time. You realize that time is no longer something to spend carelessly. It's something to be cherished. Every hour you say yes to something unnecessary is an hour you take away from something truly meaningful. One of the biggest changes that happens as you age is that you no longer feel the need to prove yourself through activity. You don't have to accept every invitation, agree to every favor, or feel guilty for turning down things that don't bring you joy. Slowing down isn't laziness. It's wisdom. It's recognizing that your energy is valuable, and it should be spent on things that truly matter, things that bring peace, joy, and fulfillment. Instead of packing your days with constant obligations, you start embracing intentional living. That means choosing quality over quantity, spending time with people who uplift you, engaging in activities that truly bring you joy, and allowing yourself to simply be. There is a certain power in waking up and knowing that your day is yours to shape, not one dictated by a long list of tasks and responsibilities that only leave you feeling exhausted. And the truth is, when you step back from the constant rush, you begin to appreciate life in a way that you never did before. You notice the small moments, a quiet morning with a cup of coffee, a meaningful conversation, a walk where you're not in a hurry to get somewhere. These moments might seem simple, but they are often the ones that bring the greatest peace. So, if you've spent most of your life measuring success by how much you can fit into your day, it might be time to rethink that. Busyness does not define your worth. And once you stop overloading your schedule, you might just find that life becomes more enjoyable, more fulfilling, and more meaningful than ever before. Let's move on. Number 4, holding on to toxic relationships. As the years pass, you start to realize that not every relationship is worth keeping. When you were younger, you may have felt obligated to keep certain people in your life, whether it was out of guilt, habit, or a sense of duty. But after 60-something shifts, you become more protective of your time, your peace, and your energy. And that means letting go of relationships that no longer serve you. Toxic relationships can take many forms. It could be a so-called friend who only reaches out when they need something, a relative who constantly criticizes you, or even an old acquaintance who drains your energy with endless negativity. At one point, you may have told yourself, that's just how they are, and put up with their behavior, but now you don't have the patience for it anymore, and that's a good thing. By 60, you understand that relationships should bring joy, not exhaustion. If someone constantly makes you feel guilty, anxious, or unappreciated, then keeping them around is a choice, not an obligation. The idea that you must tolerate negativity just because of history, that belief no longer holds weight. You've lived long enough to know that people either add to your life or take away from it, and you deserve to be surrounded by those who lift you up, not drag you down. And here's something even more important. Letting go of toxic relationships isn't about anger or resentment. It's about self-respect. It's about choosing peace over conflict, calm over chaos, and emotional well-being over unnecessary drama. Some people may not understand your decision. They may even try to make you feel guilty for stepping away. But the truth is, you don't owe anyone an explanation for choosing happiness. What you do owe yourself, however, is a life filled with genuine, supportive, and loving connections. The kind of people who celebrate your victories, stand by you in difficult times, and bring joy into your days. When you stop holding on to the wrong people, you make space for the right ones. And that's one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself at this stage in life. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Number 5, worrying about what others think. For much of life, many people carry the weight of other people's opinions. You may have spent years making decisions based on what was expected of you, choosing a career, a lifestyle, even your words and actions with the fear of being judged. But once you turn 60, something becomes clear. Most of the things you worried about, they never really mattered. The truth is, people have opinions about everything. No matter what you do, someone will always have something to say. If you dress a certain way, some will approve and others won't. If you make a big decision, some will support you and others will criticize. Trying to please everyone is a game you can never win. And at this stage in life, you realize you no longer need to play. Think about how much time is wasted over the years second-guessing yourself because of what someone else might think. How many moments of joy were muted because you worried about looking silly? How many dreams were set aside because you feared what people would say? But after 60, you begin to see things differently. You realize that true freedom comes when you stop living for the approval of others and start living for yourself. This doesn't mean you stop caring about people. It means you stop giving their opinions power over your happiness. The people who genuinely care about you will accept you for who you are, not for who they want you to be. And those who constantly judge or criticize, their opinions were never about you. They were about their own insecurities. Letting go of this worry is one of the most liberating things you can do. You no longer waste time trying to fit into a mold that was never meant for you. You start embracing your choices fully, speaking your mind without hesitation, and enjoying life without the unnecessary burden of judgment. And in doing so, you find a new level of confidence and peace. So if you spent too many years worrying about what others think, now is the time to let that go. Their thoughts don't shape your life, you do. And the sooner you realize that, the sooner you'll experience the kind of freedom that makes every day more enjoyable, more fulfilling, and truly your own. Let's move on. Number 6, buying and accumulating more stuff. For decades, life may have been centered around acquiring things. A bigger house, a nicer car, more clothes, better furniture. There was always something new to buy, something else to add. But after 60, you begin to see possessions differently. You start to realize that having more doesn't always mean having better. In fact, the things you own can often end up owning. You look around your home. How many things do you truly use? And how many just sit there taking up space? Over the years, it's easy to accumulate belongings, thinking they'll bring happiness, security, or a sense of achievement. But as you get older, you realize that it's not the possessions that bring joy. It's the experiences, the people, and the moments that truly matter. There's a reason so many people feel relief after decluttering. Letting go of unnecessary things isn't just about making space in your home. It's about making space in your life. A house filled with unused items can feel overwhelming, while a home that holds only what is useful or meaningful feels peaceful. And at this stage in life, peace is far more valuable than stuff. Another shift happens when you stop chasing the need to impress others. When you were younger, there may have been pressure to have the right car, the right clothes, the right furniture to show success. But now you no longer feel the need to prove anything to anyone. You buy what you need, and you stop worrying about what others think of it. That kind of freedom is priceless. And perhaps most importantly, you start thinking about what truly lasts. At the end of life, no one wishes they had bought more things. They wish they had more time, more love, more experiences. The joy of a shared meal, the warmth of laughter, the peace of a simple life. These are the things that truly enrich a person's later years. Not another new gadget, another piece of furniture, or another unnecessary purchase. If you've spent years accumulating, now is the time to simplify. Focus on what truly adds value to your life, and let go of what doesn't. Because when you stop trying to collect more, you start appreciating what you already have. And that is one of the greatest lessons of all. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 6 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Final thoughts. Sure, so new ones. As we wrap up this video, take a moment to reflect on these 6 things that become unnecessary after 60. Keeping up with trends, seeking everyone's approval, overloading your schedule, holding on to toxic relationships, worrying about what others think, and accumulating more stuff. Each of these things can take up unnecessary space in your life, both physically and mentally. But when you let them go, you create room for what truly matters. This stage of life isn't about chasing after the things that once seemed important. It's about embracing what makes you feel at peace. It's about enjoying the freedom that comes with experience, the confidence that comes with wisdom, and the joy of living life on your own terms. And when you stop holding on to what no longer serves you, you find that life becomes richer, simpler, and far more meaningful. So ask yourself, which of these 6 things are you ready to let go of? Which ones have you already left behind, and which ones are still lingering? Taking that first step, whether it's decluttering, setting boundaries, or simply caring less about what others think, can make all the difference. Because the truth is, the best years of your life aren't behind you. They're still unfolding, waiting for you to embrace them fully. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.